The Department of Health, Education, Welfare, Public Service, and a fifth thing presents made by certified audiovisual geeks.
The CDC? Never heard of them.
Oh, too soon, man, too soon.
You don't mean Canada. Fred Rogers' Revenge. That's gonna be a comedy.
Music is going 60 in a 55 speed zone. The new Pontiac POV.
Quitting time Friday. No more traffic jams. No more rush. No more headaches at the office.
Where the hell do I live?
But suddenly, all my plans for a nice weekend at home were forgotten.
Oh my God, where's Oscar? They threw out the Muppet. George Carlin was right. You can't throw out a garbage can.
Hey, what you got, Bill?
Syphilis.
Wouldn't you know? Pete Granger. What a laugh he was having.
I hate laughs. I want to be taken seriously as a dramatic trash can carrier.
Good afternoon, Mr. Duncan.
And just my luck, Miss Monroe had to see it too. I'd been
Take a good look, Monroe. It could happen to you.
Well, what would Betty say?
Bill Duncan, where have you been? I've been waiting all morning for you, and I'm so terribly upset. Do you know what's going on outside? That garbage can's a mess. The red light goes on, but the neighbors have been calling, and I just don't...
Betty says plenty.
My parents have been calling me up.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Vaccinated with a phonograph needle.
There's someone downtown I know can take care of this.
The superhero Garbage Man.
Health Department, Mr. Foster, please. Friend of mine, Larry Foster. He was a big football star in college. He works for the Health Department now.
As a quarterback.
Larry, Bill Duncan. Say, fella, what goes on here? Some of your people have
This
been
is the
nosing around
favor
my
you
yard.
called downtown for?
Yes, Bill. Yes, I know.
I do have weird hair. You're right.
Well, we've got the report right here, ready for filing.
The Bill the Douchebag report.
This must be a small town.
Well, let's talk about it. I'll drop by your place on my way home.
And that's how you deal with a minor problem.
Now we have to hide the drugs. Where'd those kids come from?
Stop hitting me.
It's just a reminder that improperly stored garbage provides food for rats, flies, and other disease-carrying insects.
Are you Jesus?
While Larry talked, my son Stevie and the Granger boy stood around bug-eyed with hero worship.
Kids love
Larry
trash
coached
talking.
the kids in the neighborhood in their football league. It was as if Johnny Unitas had come to our block.
Who the hell is that?
Thanks for the advice, Larry.
Bill, why, Mr. Foster is here. Why don't you show him the yard?
What the fuck?
Our yard was Betty's pride and joy. No visitor to our home could escape without first taking the grand tour.
It's why no one ever visited us.
Look here. Any container holding water...
My jar of urine. I should have drank that.
Including Aedes aegypti, which carries the germs of dengue and yellow fever from man to man. In fact, these look like the larvae right now. We've already identified some in this neighborhood.
We blame the subcontinent.
So we're all going to die. Anyway,
Betty, I guess, was having some second thoughts about our invitation. Especially when Larry spotted some breadcrumbs Betty had put out for the birds.
Or the neighbors.
If there are any hungry rats around, now watch out.
I saw one yesterday.
It was carrying pizza in the subway.
Honest, Miss Duncan. You're making that up.
Rodents don't recognize boundaries, Mrs. Duncan.
Neither do
They'll invade
humans.
any neighborhood.
Larry went on to tell us a lot more about the biology and habits of rats, flies, mosquitoes, and other threats to public health when suddenly I noticed the two boys taking off as though shot out of a cannon.
They were bored too.
you never
But on
saw
one
them
thing,
again.
Betty and I were agreed.
This guy was an
Everyone in
asshole.
the neighborhood was helping to breed these pests. It must be the neighbors.
Build a fence.
Commies, all of them.
Finally, sneakers used properly. That's where I store my crafting supplies. I mean, cracking. Today, they both have automatic weapons.
Yeah, we rule over you now, humans. Bow down.
Oh, it's a dodo video.
The urge to kill became strong in our kids.
Frankie told his dad about the rat, but depend on Pete Granger to weasel out of it.
Yeah, he does look like a
Must be
dipshit.
the neighbors.
We'll burn them out. I mean the rats.
Next morning, I had a talk with Pete Granger about what Stevie had told me.
That his wife likes to swing.
You're a fine one to talk, Bill Duncan. If you kept your yard half as clean as mine.
Damn, you got me there. I'm so
See those tiny
ashamed.
dark wigglers?
Where do these guys live? The Amazon?
Carrying mosquitoes. They breed in water.
Like swimsuit models.
If you'd pull your plug or...
Oh, pull your own plug.
boat, Pete.
And cover your dinghy.
Yeah? Well, at least I don't get red tags on my garbage cans.
Or another one for Pete.
And I didn't exactly see eye to eye.
The kids are going to go fight the
Our
World
boys
Crime
joined
League.
hands that morning in a common cause,
Becoming children of the corn.
along with other kids on the block, to survey each boy's yard. At the Costellos, a tire containing stagnant water,
Delicious.
a favorite breeding place for domestic mosquitoes.
Man, these people hate water.
At the Mulligans,
Ah, the Mulligans get a pass.
food left out for their dogs.
Hey, look, it's a New York dog. Am I right?
And rats.
Yeah, not much food for the dog.
Jacobson's, scrap lumber,
Hey,
a
some of
good
that looks
hiding
good.
place for rats who fed at a nearby garbage can. The vacant lot next door with overgrown weeds, cluttered with bottles, tin cans, discarded auto parts and appliances,
Oh, wait, that's a playground.
each containing stagnant water. From yard to yard, the boys
When you're a jet, you're a
gathering new
jet.
recruits on the way. At the Morrisons, their septic tank had overflowed. Now a breeding place for the Culex mosquito.
But easier to
Carries the
pee.
germs of encephalitis or sleeping sickness.
Why don't they just admit they're white trash?
Children's playthings.
Discarded
but each also a
toddlers.
menace. For all of these containers could produce mosquitoes.
Oh my God, more water! No!
They're lucky to even have water.
But when each boy confronted his parent, the answer was about the same.
It must be the neighbors, son.
Oh, darling, it isn't us. It's the neighbors.
However,
They really
there
hate
was
your
one
neighbors.
yard in which the boys couldn't get. Miss Monroe's next door.
Okay, boys, take 10.
That Saturday afternoon, I saw Larry Foster doing football practice.
Football
What the
practice!
city was doing to keep our neighborhood clean.
He told me increased military spending was the answer.
Ordinances and regulations for the guidance of the individual household, Bill. At the health department, we put out information for TV, radio, and the newspapers. We also make periodic inspections of the premises. Then, of course, the city collects your garbage twice a week, your rubbish once a week, and disposes of it by sanitary methods.
Hey, are we going to play football or what?
Service, any modern city would soon become a shambles.
Now let's take a crap on the ground right here.
But the job of keeping your property free from health hazards is mainly yours, Bill. Now, the good citizen recognizes that fact and does all that he can to
So this is
safeguard
football?
the health of his family and the whole neighborhood.
Who are they?
As Larry went on to paint a grim picture of the various serious diseases carried from man to man by pests such as mosquitoes, rats, and flies, he had a spellbound audience.
Because we had slipped acid into their Gatorade.
It wasn't long before our
Remember, folks, suburbia can always be whiter.
neighbors got the message.
What in God's name did they chain to that swing set? Dog ran away weeks ago.
Hey, that's my water bowl. These radioactive materials can be safely stored right here.
Kids are really doing a good job. He looks tired. I'll leave.
All this kind of activity ended the day the kids got iPhones.
Funeral pyre is ready.
Wooden sticks and planks were gathered from an angry
There
mob.
was a general cleanup and improvement campaign.
It helped us ignore the empty pointlessness of our own lives.
Hey, there's 4 more of those on the car.
Moving tires from one spot to another proved therapeutic.
Hey, Amazon just delivered those.
Once the cleanup was complete, a wave of teenage alcoholism swept the neighborhood. Luckily, none of the kids on the block had ever heard of the concept of fun.
There isn't this much debris after a storm. And all the kids have tinnitus now. Hey, even their graffiti is neat.
Oh, if only little Billy had copyrighted that phrase, he'd be a millionaire now.
We'd also learned a lesson. I had purchased a new garbage container, and each day Betty took pains to drain and wrap our garbage carefully.
It was just the spark our sex life needed.
Then she placed it on the front steps in a glitter bomb.
Before putting it into the container that sat on a new cart I had purchased.
Oh, new cart. Oh, sweet.
A protection against rats and prowling dogs. No more breadcrumbs in our yard either.
It just attracts
Betty had a
bears.
bird feeder now, taking care not to let it overflow. But there was still a problem. The yard next door.
With the smell of rotting corpses that
Tightly
came.
guarded as Fort Knox.
I think Fort Max is a little more secure.
You know, a keep out sign was considered high-tech security back then.
Containers. Something Larry Foster said had burned itself into Betty's mind.
Leave your husband.
Like most people, no doubt you thought.
Oh, Larry, back off just a
mosquitoes came
bit.
from
Just
stagnant
give
pools
me a
along
step.
the creek and on the street. But any container holding stagnant water can produce the yellow fever and other mosquitoes.
But our love of stagnant water will not die.
However,
Did she dream that?
I didn't count on the resourcefulness of one Mrs. Bill Duncan. For next morning, she had Miss Monroe in for coffee. Soon, for the good of Miss Monroe and the whole neighborhood, Betty convinced her of certain things. That a bird bath should be scrubbed clean at least once a week.
My bad.
That water and pet dishes should be changed daily.
Or the gates of hell will open.
That water-holding containers should be eliminated wherever possible. And that many plants should be grown in earth or sand instead of water.
Or not at all.
Gardening is murder.
Hey, you assholes! Feast your eyes on the new cans!
Miss Monroe's
Actually
yard,
showing off his shiny
our
garbage
own yard.
can. This is
2
just
down,
sad.
1 to go.
Hi, Bill.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Granger, a hard nut to crack.
And with hard crack to smoke, too.
However, when the Grangers invited us over to a weenie roast that Sunday afternoon, I found that Pete had also seen the light.
He's a Scientologist now.
Do a good job, son, and careful about those food scraps.
Shut up, Dad.
Well, congratulations, Pete. I see you've learned your lesson.
Take it back. Take it back!
Bill Duncan, if you kept your yard half as clean as I keep mine,
And that goes double for you, Mr. Granger.
Bill Duncan, if you were half as horny as I am, right?
Oh, now we have to eliminate toxic masculinity from our yards. Oh, laughing at their own jokes. They must be sitcom writers. New stuff killed.
took the kids to wake us up, Bill. It's time we quit passing the buck. Keeping this neighborhood clean is up to all the folks on this block. Each and every one of us.
Wow, the Sopranos didn't end as abruptly.
Well, that'd be a lesson to us.
This took place in 1798. Did we just watch Hamilton?